Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you how I rebuilt this website from this to this and a few different things that you want to avoid when building or rebuilding your website and things that you must include when building your membership website in 2024. So let's jump right into it. Okay, first things first, this website builder is just really antiquated. So I knew I couldn't rebuild it again in this website builder. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you choose a website builder that is new, responsive, something that is going to be easy to use, and it's just not cluttered and dated like this website builder is. Wild Apricot is, this is built on Wild Apricot. So I wanted to steer away from that. So this is the new website that I built, and I wanted to not just throw things up and click and drag and just drop things in. I really wanted to study how a website not only looks, but how it's going to convert, because that is the ultimate goal, is having a website so that you can get business out of it. So there is a science behind it, believe it or not. There is from a marketing standpoint, there's a correct way to have a website. And the layout might be very familiar with everyone, but that's good because everyone's familiar with it. And if you try to do something that's, too unique, it might actually hurt you. So I would be choosing a layout or a template if you're going with a template, and just choose a traditional template and save yourself the trouble, because it's going to convert better. And science has proven time and time again that the people perceive a website to look a certain way, and it converts better than something that is unique, or something that they would not find, or something that would be just too unique. So the first thing that you need to build is, so the first section of a website is the hero section. And there's three or four things that you want to look out when building your hero section. One, you have to have an image that is going to describe your business, but not only that, if you can find something that really is going to draw somebody's attention. If you look at this dog, beautiful dog, by the way, has two different color eyes. It's jumping over a hurdle, and Medina Swarm is a dog trainer and agility club. So they are on canine. They are canine performance. It's a sport, and I really wanted to show that straight off the bat. From the previous website, it just wasn't a very clear image on what the club does. So one, choose something that is high quality, something that's going to draw attention, but also describes what you do. The next thing you need is an H1. So this is something in just a few words which really describes what your organization does. I would be very clear and concise here. If you can be clear, concise, and creative, like I tried to be here, then do it. But I wouldn't be too creative and lose the message. Your H2 or subtitle is going to elaborate a little bit more on what the H1 says. And then the last thing that you really need in your hero section is a call to action. Like I said, you need to have a website that is going to convert. If somebody is ready to make a decision now, you want to make it easy for them. So make sure you have a call to action, and the button text has to do exactly what you want them to do. Join a class, book a class, be very clear and concise on what you want them to do. Buy now, something along those lines, and make sure that the button color is different than your brand color so it really stands out. So if you were to look at this hero section, the first thing that you're probably going to look at is the dog, and then the next thing is probably the button, and that's exactly what you want it to do. And the one last thing that I'll say about the hero image is make sure that it is a high quality image. If you don't have a high quality image, you can, I would always recommend getting a professional photographer. If that's not an option, you can use a stock photo like this one is. You can create something in Canva to make it look a little bit unique. There's different ways that you can do it, but I wouldn't use a low quality photo. This is something that, people are going to make their decision, or you have to make an impression, a really good first impression, and you only have about 10 seconds before somebody decides this is a professional organization, or um, they're going to look at it as like, it's not really, people actually do judge a book by its cover, unfortunately. The next thing you want to do is create a section on what you do. So you can, there's different ways you can do this. I wanted to do little icons. I thought that was cute. If you are needing some inspiration, I really like going to Pinterest. You can find a lot of inspiration there. And I'll give you an example right now. So if you go to Pinterest, type in, what your niche is, followed by websites or homepage, you get a lot of ideas, and you don't have to copy everything from top to bottom. You can use little bits and pieces from each template. And in fact, I got the idea for the little icons from one of these sites too. So really good place. Go to Pinterest, look for some inspiration there, and hopefully that will help with your website building. So again, you really want to think of your website as a sales funnel. So people are coming in from probably different channels. Maybe they're coming in from word of mouth. Maybe they're coming in off of a newsletter, social media even, and think of your website as being further down the funnel. And the very bottom of the funnel is them making the purchase, right? So you want to eliminate all the clutter, get your message clear on what you do, make it easy for them to purchase. So the next section should be, how to get started. Maybe telling them a little bit more about your organization, but I wouldn't go too far away. Make sure that you keep this in mind, that, you want to make your messaging very narrow, concise, and people don't read. People skim websites. So you want to make things, you can bulletize them, you can put them out in list view, because most people are just going to skim your website. So section 3 here is our mission. So this is just something that, it might not exactly result in a sale just because of we're putting our mission statement there. We really want it to be about the customer or the prospect. And this is for like the emotional reasoning, like, wow, they donate to pet food pantries, a canine care division. Like, this is something that I really believe in. It's just a good feeling so that they feel better about making the purchase. And then my client has hosted events by ESPN, CPE, and ASCA, and a few others, which I'm going to put in there as well. And this just gives her the authority of, people might be familiar with everyone's familiar with ESPN. They're probably familiar with CPE if they're in this niche. It just gives her the authority, so people can trust you a little bit more. I also put a FAQ section next. You can create an FAQ section just to if people have questions. And then, of course, testimonials. So this is going to give them the social proof that other people have really enjoyed their experience. And it's going to give them the confidence that making the purchase or booking the class in this example is the right thing to do, because everyone else has said great things about it as well. Let's see. Okay, so that brings us to the footer section, and you can make this as pretty or basic as you'd like. I love this little parallax display, or this effect down here. One good thing about the footer is you can put your social media accounts there. and also embed a map. That's actually good for local SEO. So that tells Google just basically more authority that you are a local business, and they're going to prioritize or give you a little bit more proof that you are actually local and help you with the SEO. One other thing I put is the newsletter. So if you have somebody that's wanting to sign up for your newsletter, you can use that to your advantage. And if they're not ready to make a purchase right now, or just wanting to be top of mind with sending that newsletter. So I would also recommend creating a newsletter, either monthly, weekly, or however often you can spend the time to do that. Likes that people give them on their posts, they will get certain points to move up levels, and you can customize all of that here. Like I said, you can create prizes, so it's super cool that you can do that. This is the membership community, and you can have a little login area on your website where they just click the little person to log in, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is my favorite part about the membership site, is the community. So you can create a community and have basically like an online version of like a Facebook group. What's cool about that is if somebody is not on Facebook, which people are steering away from the platform, you can have your own platform right here. And you can make it very simple to log in. You just go to, as an example, you can decide members.medinasforum.org or whatever you want to name it. It's very easy for them to log in, and you can even create like a little login page that will redirect them there. So let's talk about the community section. If you're familiar with Slack, there's channels and different workplace groups on Slack. You can also do this here. So as an example, an announcement section, CPE for events. There will be a calendar, so you'll be able to see what any upcoming events there are. And you can even create private groups. That'll be coming up soon. So it's very similar to Slack, but it's also similar to Facebook groups. So again, you can, if there are members of yours that aren't on Facebook, they don't need to create, a Facebook just to join your membership, which is the way it should be. And you keep everybody focused on your online community and not distracted by everything else on Facebook, which is great. If you're also familiar with School, this is very similar to School, where you can create courses, and those courses can be paid. They can be, invite only. You can be in your online store. And by joining a course, you can have them automatically come into the community as well, which is really cool. So if you offer any of those courses or something online, this is a great place to add them. And the last thing I wanted to show you is the leaderboard. So the way it works, and Facebook groups does have this. I think you have to enable it, but they want to reward people, in this case too, they want to reward people that are sharing high quality information, or what everyone else in the group or community thinks is high quality information based on likes, engagement, and so on. So the way it works is, if you get all these likes and engagement from your posts, you get to a certain level, and you can customize, the levels. You can customize if they get to a certain level, they win a prize or something along those lines. It's very customizable to you. You don't even have to use it at all, which is great. So that is gamification in communities. And then I think the best of all is there is an app on the Android and Apple App Store. So they can download the app, they can use the community on the go. And then I'll give you this one last thing about the community that I'm super excited about is there will soon be direct messaging, and you'll also be able to do group messages as well. So this is really taking you off of Facebook and onto this community platform. So I'm really excited about this. If you found this video helpful, you might also want to watch my other videos on what's coming up on the platform. And if you have any questions, if you want to implement this in your organization, I'd love the chance to sit down and talk with you and see if it's right for you or not. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.